Well, go on everybody. So as you can see, the pot a bubble. So I don't know when me I go prepare. But before I forward, I tap the red subscribe button. Also click that bell there so you will not miss any of my upcoming videos because they're always good. So forward, me could start now. Here I have some chicken foot. As you can see guys, it is very clean. I am soaking it in some vinegar water because I want to cut out the extra rawness from the chicken foot before I start to prepare it. Because guys, you know, we don't want our soup taste raw, so we have to do that step here. So you can wash it in some lime, you can wash it in lemon, you can even wash it with both lemon and the white vinegar if you want to use apple cider vinegar. But ensure that you clean it. Do not skip this step guys. Here I have some corn boiling. I added a little salt off camera because I like to add a little salt to my corn before I pressure it. So since it is boiling, I am going to cover the pressure cooker and let it pressure halfway for about 20 minutes before I add the chicken foot. So guys, I don't know how you do your corn. I don't know if you pressure it or if you boil it, but for me to pressure it, it is faster. It's now 20 minutes since it has been pressuring, so I'm going to put out the flame and let it cool down before I open it. Here I am adding the chicken foot. Afterwards I'm going to add some warm water so that it doesn't stop the cooking process, because if I add the cold water, then I'm going to have to wait until it starts boiling. So when you add the warm water or the hot water, it will boil faster than when you add the cold water. So I'm going to add enough to pressure it, but before I do that, I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic and I'm going to add thyme. I like to add fresh seasoning to the pot so that when the chicken foot cooks, it will have a nice flavor and taste. So here I'm just adding the water, so I'm going to add about 2 to 3 cups of water. Then I'm going to cover it and let it pressure for about 15 to 20 minutes. Here I have some yellow yam. I add it in some cold water with white vinegar. The reason I did that is that the yam will not oxidize. Also, I cut them in some small pieces. You can actually cut them the way you like it. I am going to be using some carrots. I cut them in coins. Also, I'm going to be using some pumpkin and I cut them in small pieces. So I don't like a lot of food in my soup guys, so please don't judge me guys. I don't like a lot of food in mine, but you can add what you like to yours. They are finished pressuring, so what I am going to do now is to add some more warm water. So if I don't add enough liquid, then we're not going to have a lot of soup, and I love a lot of soup guys because I don't really like the food in it. So here I'm just adding some water. Afterwards I am going to add the pumpkin and the carrots. But before I add the pumpkin and the carrots, I am going to cover the pot and let it come to a rapid boil, and then I add them. Stir it and let it cook for about 10 minutes or until the pumpkin and the carrot is fork tender. Normally when I make soup, I do not eat the pumpkin like that. I normally crush it in the soup, so that's what I am doing here. So I'm going to crush most of the pumpkin because you know when I crush the pumpkin, it makes the soup rich and nice. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm not going to crush all of it. I'm going to crush like 3/4 of the pumpkins that I added into the pot. After I am finished adding the yam, I am going to give it a good stir. Then I'm going to cover the pot and let the yam cook for a few minutes, for about 3 minutes before I add the dumplings. Normally the yam would take a longer time than the dumplings, so that's why I'm adding the yam first. So this is my dough. So I'm going to show you how I make my spinners. So normally I take a small portion because I don't like my dumplings to be big. Then I roll it in the palm of my hands. Then I flatten it and then I add it into the pot. After the yam is almost finished cooking and the dumpling, I am going to add 1 grace cocksoup. So I'm going to open it and add it into the pot. Some persons, they just use the powder, they don't add the noodles, but I love the noodles, so I'm going to add it into the soup. After I add it, I'm going to stir it very well and season up the pot. I am adding some scallions, thyme, garlic. So what I did with the garlic, I crushed them. You can add a pimento seed, one scotch bonnet pepper. So you can add your all-purpose seasoning. You can add whichever seasoning of your choice, but I'm going to add 1 teaspoon all-purpose seasoning. I am going to add some salt to taste and black pepper. I like to add a teaspoon of sugar to my soup, but it's optional still. You don't need to add it. I just like the taste of it in the soup, so that's why I add it to mine. I am going to let the soup cook for 10 more minutes. Then I am going to put out the flame. There you have it, guys. My chicken foot soup is all done. Please remember, if you like this video, to give me a big thumbs up. Also, please do share this video with your friends and family members. Tell them about Tamara's recipes. Ask them to come over to subscribe and to be a part of this awesome family. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.